strong because Jehovah built it. You can feel the spirit and positive energy. Questions asked comfortably like you're talking with family. Get ready to settle in. Wait for the show to begin. Invite a couple of friends. It's time for Unhinged.
What's really going on? What's really going on? Too much for the man.
I introduce to you Get You Home Towing, a family company with the sole purpose to get you home. Whether you need roadside assistance or transport services, we have a flatbed big enough to transport any vehicle to its destination. Our offer to you is our gratitude and great service at a much cheaper price. We are also open to transport through long distances. If you need us, all you have to do is call that number. I'll see you soon.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Y'all all right? I mean, what's really going on? Thank you so much for tuning in. We are Unhinged Live, and guess what? We back, baby. Ain't no replay on tonight. We are back. We are back. We are back. Yes, back it up. We are about to get into it. Switch it up a little bit and go ahead and say, what's up, Karen? How you been, girl? I ain't seen you on this screen in a couple months of Sundays. What's going on, sis?
You know, certain people took that July sabbatical. We went on ahead and took the whole summer because that's our business, that part, because we can't do that. When it's your show, how about that? You get to move the way that you want to move. But just because we weren't on the screen, it did not mean that we weren't busy. So, you know, I got on here a couple of weeks ago cutting up for our preseason preview, letting folks know the nominations that came through on our days off. That part there.
On our days off.
Other than that, you know, shout out to our brothers from Mental Impact Radio and Let's Talk Gospel, Orlando Page. He started something, and you know, I've been keeping up with my 10,000 steps a day. And I'm gonna check in with you to see how you did this summer. But your girl been slimming down so that we could, you know, fit into some more of these fall attire as they come, as I keep up with my 10,000 steps. So I'm gonna ask you, how have you been doing? Now, I'm going to say this. It's not 10,000 steps every day, but we get an average of 10,000 a month. Okay? That's what we're doing here to keep working on this lifetime find. So how are you doing in your endeavors to keep this lifetime findness?
Girl, I'm doing all right in my endeavors to remain lifetime fine because, you know, I'm ascending yet another Earth Day. A birthday is coming up really, really fast in a couple weeks. So, you know, Sis been trying to do what she got to do, you know, make sure she's all right when that day comes. I'm looking forward to celebrating life. I'm looking forward to celebrating love, sisterhood, and friendship during this birthday season. And of course, you already know, those of you who are here in the viewing and in the listening audience, we are here to celebrate you all as well. And thank you so much for tuning in. I want to go ahead and get into the rundown for tonight's show because, you know, we might have some new people joining the ride, the Joy Tsunami, on tonight. So, of course, we are going to have a super fan shout out because, like Karen said earlier, we may have been off, but we have sure enough been busy and in these streets. Oh, I got some folks I done met, and I'm looking forward to giving them a shout out. Of course, we're going to host an amazing guest interview on tonight. We're going to get into some views from the Petty Pew and, of course, enjoy a musical break by one of our very own. You know, we camped up out this part. So check it out. We are going to get into your favorite segment. You already know what it is. What's really going on? And, you know, I don't know if your spirit's been parched. I don't know if your spirit's been thirsty, but baby, we got Coach Cash back with her reflections of purpose. She's absolutely got food for your soul. And I'm excited about the on-time ready words she's going to bring on this evening. So let me go ahead and dial it back because you know it's dusk and I see a shadow on the porch. And we like to remain faithful to that good old home training that, you know, we were blessed with coming up as young folks. Okay. So look, I've got to give a super fan shout out real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick, Karen. Can I get a drum roll, please?
Uh-oh. Let's get the drum roll on in here.
All right. Lend me your ear. Tonight's super fan shout out goes to everybody's favorite auntie, or at least that's how I like to refer to her in my head. Let me tell you something. When I first encountered this sister hanging out in these summertime streets, you know, as I was getting my chill time fine on, let me tell you, this woman embraced me with so much warmth and love. And let me tell you something. We were hanging out one night and I left one of my collectible pics on the chair. And because I had exchanged my number with her, sis texted me, was like, girl, I got your stuff. And she met me at the spot and made sure I got my metal pick with the fist right on back in the collection. Tonight's super fan shout out goes to none other than Miss Heather Hernandez, my favorite Janet Jackson fan. Go on and clap it up for Miss Heather. Listen, it's like the welcome committee. People like to refer to us as a nice, cool glass of lemonade. No, Miss Heather, whatever it is you got going in your life, keep doing it, girl, because you shine every single place you go. And I don't know if you recall that night we had the impromptu karaoke excursion. That was Miss Heather that I introduced you to. All right. So, Miss Heather, we love you. I look forward to celebrating our birthday season with you on this upcoming weekend. Yes, that's right. September. Babies are in the building. It's Virgo season out here. And you know, yours truly is the grand finale. So look, I don't want to belabor the hour because time is swiftly fleeting. We've been in here this long already.
We have. And you know, once the doorbell start ringing.
Once the doorbell start ringing, it's time. So look, I'm going to take a little break because I've been talking a lot. And I'm going to toss the mic to you, Karen. Do you want to go ahead and intro tonight's guest?
So listen, I'm going to do a little bit of intro. Definitely not a stranger to our Unhinged Live Tilted Table. Why? Because this person, Rasheem Pugh, has been working with us on the scene, on camera, behind camera, keeping us motivated, supporting us as a sponsor. But before we bring him to the stage, I want to share one of his most recent releases. All right. And this is coming under this is one man that has so many stage names. I promise you, it's probably me. It's me because he only got one stage name. I call him by a couple of things because he is literally the jack of all trades. But when it comes to the music industry, he keeps himself relevant and always pushing positive messages. And y'all know that is what we're here for. So before I bring him into the room, y'all know it's been a while since I got my DJ hat on. So I'm super excited. DJ Cash in the building. We are going to share with you the video that just premiered, if I'm right, last month. I promise you, it's called Killing Themselves. And then we're going to bring in Rasheem Pugh to the stage and chop it up with him. Listen, this one going to be fire. So here we go.
Where we going? Hey, shut up and walk, man. Just shut up.
I was good in myself.
You was good?
Exactly.
Hey, you think you on vacation? This ain't no vacation. What are you talking about?
Hey, it's a vacation to me and myself.
Shut up and walk, man.
Y'all real tough in the jail cell, though.
Right.
Oh, we real tough outside.
We ain't the one got life.
Hey, you don't want to see me outside.
I don't want to see you outside.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna be outside. Come on.
Who's this guy?
Kings of the bricks, kings of the bricks. Yeah. They pulled me in a room, said, Kilo, talk to him. Talk to him. If you don't talk to him, I'ma put the spark to him, huh? Tell me now, why does he bang? Tell me now, why does he bang? Bang, bang, bang. I tell him he's trying to get changed. Tell him he's trying to get changed. I see that he's scared of nothing. See that he's scared of nothing. I see that he's building a name. See that he's popping them things. Boys in the hood, they don't never get tired. Every time a beat coming feels like a ride. Let's go. Feel like I live in Iraq. Feel like I live in Iraq. One mistake, no coming back. One mistake, no coming back. Why so hard to provide? Why so hard to provide? Seem like your daddy in jail or your daddy done died. Your homeboy say homeboy done died for respect. But nah, dog, your homeboy done died cause a chick. Listen, this is that OCM live. This is that Jersey Block live. This what you feeling inside. This is that prison inside. Yeah. Boys in the hood, they don't never get tired. Every time a beat coming, feels like a ride. They start killing and killing. They start killing and killing and killing and killing and killing themselves. Yeah, I'm seeing you heavy with bling, singing that black is a king. You know that man in your team say you ain't sharing a thing. You telling them all of your moves, make them a part of the dream. Instead of him seeing a dream, he talking to you as a scheme. Yeah, what does it mean? What does it mean? They forgot to follow the dream. AR on the M16. Late night, they just follow the beam. Is that a new car? You got in the club? He flexing. He holding his chest with blood in his mouth. It's messy. Boys in the hood, they don't ever get tired. Every time a beat coming, feels like a ride. They start killing and killing. They start killing and killing. They start killing and killing and killing themselves.
You here for someone?
Yes, my son. He can't seem to keep his black tail out of trouble.
Mine too. You know what I mean? We gotta get our black mind right. It's just everything's so crazy right now.
Absolutely. There go my baby right there. Oh my God, they let you. Oh, let me look at you. Boy, I had to get off work to come down here. You know what? I'm tired of having to come down here and get you out. Don't you have me coming down here again. You be blessed.
You're doing it all for the clout, man, and ain't worth about nothing. Too many ways to live, you gotta be living for something. They tell you the world is yours, but the dream in the basket. Your man that gave you the ratchet won't even pay for the casket. Nah. This girl left, he got a different bro, cause he said he been cheating before. Right before he got his head blown. Got 5 messages on the phone. Boy can't even rest in peace. Girl start sleeping with the enemy. Gun in the mouth saying where the cash, cause the best friend came looking for the stash. In the hood, they don't ever get tired. Every time a beat coming, feels like a ride. They start killing and killing and killing and killing and killing and killing and killing themselves. OCM 30's up.
Come on, man. Man, you had this jump on tight. Right, you said make it look believable. Right, and it felt believable too. Boy, them things are tight. Here you go. All right. It's a crazy tattoo. Crazy, right? I thought that was real.
Hey, I think one of the dudes pissed himself, man.
Oh, the little one. Oh, look. Hey, look, at least we saved another life.
That's what's up.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You a genius.
Hey, man, we out in the field, man. We got more to say.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
I love you, bruh. I love you, bruh. I love you, bruh. That's that tough love. I love you, bruh. I love you, bruh. I love you, bruh. That's that tough love.
All right. We bring in Rasheem, Kilo, Pugh into the room. Brother, what is going on?
What's happening? How y'all doing today?
We are doing amazing. We are so super excited that you are able to join us. Listen, this is our season premiere, right? So you heard us chopping it up, talking about being on our little mini sabbatical, getting things in order so that we could come back in this season with fire. And we already knew who better to kick us off than to have us spend some time with none other than Rasheem, Kilo, Pugh. Listen, so super excited.
And congratulations to y'all for the nomination and award that's coming up.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Listen, we super hype. Listen, on our day off, I need you to know good things happen on the days off when you still about your business. You know,
Right. That's
it
right.
ain't gonna happen if you're not about your business. But for those who might be new to seeing you on this screen, I'm gonna share a little bit and then I'm gonna let you fill in the rest. So, Mr. Save the Arts Foundation, Save the Arts TV, Save the Arts Film, Grammy award winning songwriter, producer, movie, film, cinematographer. I'm trying to think. I actually have a copy of the resume and still run out of stuff to be like, what else we gonna say about this
I'm
one?
tired.
Listen. If you looking for somebody who literally, and you know, I tease Rasheem with this. I'm like, you are like a business ADHD because it's like 5 minutes I see you here, and then 5 minutes I see you here. But you are successful in the things that you touch, and you already know the conversations that we have about what we put our focus on and how it like comes about. But I want to catch up with you, brother, to see some of the things that you've been doing this summer. I know you had some awards over the past year yourself, additional awards, as well as some brand new accolades connected to the Grammy Award winning for Lauryn Hill's Miseducation. Hello of Lauryn Hill, and the number one, I forget the actual like terminology for it. Is it like the number one album song?
Apple Music.
Come on.
Yeah, worldwide. They said it's the
Worldwide.
number one album of all time. I mean, when I saw it, I was shocked. I mean, that thing beat Michael Jackson Thriller.
Come on.
The songs in the Key of Life, Stevie Wonder, Beyonce, like I was just like, what? Wait, what?
Who, me?
Right. That's crazy. That's crazy.
And now you've been decades into this, you know, and we've had conversations about your work on that particular project and all of the things that you celebrated for that. Was this kind of like what was this moment for you once you got past the not Michael, not Stevie, not Queen B, but your work that you contributed to? What did that moment feel like for you?
You know what's so funny? Whenever it comes to celebrations of Lauryn, it's always mixed because of, you know, of course, if we would have worked on the project and it's been celebratory the whole time, it would have been a continuous. But because that lawsuit was there, and because, you know, a little bit of back and forth went on, it's always like I'm happy, dang. I'm happy, dang. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like tug of war, but it ends up being a celebration, internal one more than anything, you know, because like a lot of the how they say the gang ain't all together anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it'd be nice if we was all in the same room celebrating a moment like that. But you know, when you have to sit there, it is you and your memories. You know what I mean? And your thoughts and all of the things you can remember, and you just have a little personal celebration. So it's good, you know.
Well, we are definitely celebrating you here, knowing because one of the things that I think that shows is not just the memories, but the longevity. So before, you know, I played the killing themselves, like you are dedicated to continuing to bring out positive messages, making sure that we're inspiring the youth. And, you know, I had to play the whole video because there was a story behind it, right? And so shout out to all of our local actors and partners that were a part of that. Just so you know, it wasn't just nobody he picked up off the street. These are award-winning actors that are even involved in this music video. And Keita, we know Crazy Carla, who was highlighted as a mother, and I promise you it cracked me up when she's like, you be blessed. I'm like, if that ain't Carla, I promise, all day long. So shout out to the talent that you
Right.
keep yourself connected with. And so I think, you know, one of the follow-up questions I want to have for you, and it's not just because I know these people don't surround you just because, you know, you're you. That's part of it. But you keep yourself surrounded by people who are on the move, not just up and coming, but they've won different awards. What does that mean for you to create like that community for creatives, and how you keep kind of just fighting to make sure that the creatives have a voice and a space?
Well, I'm gonna answer two parts to that.
Uh-huh.
One part is when you made a comment earlier about doing a whole bunch of things.
Yes.
And one of the reasons that exists is when you take a big portion of your life and do any one thing. And I was in the music industry for years, and only in the music industry for years. But there was a time where Vader said, you know, he said, man, my son is 10 years old and I don't even know him. And we had to step back and say, you know what, hey, let's live life, because we both had kids, you know. And I think that I made a statement that I still stand by to this day. I said, there's no one thing I want to do for the rest of my life.
All right now.
I want to spend the rest of my life living life to the fullest, trying all different, just like a person try different foods. I want to try different careers. I'll be a doctor for 1 week. You know what I mean?
Yo, just let me know what hospital you at, so in case I need to pull up, you don't remove a spleen when I'm supposed to be getting an appendectomy. All right, I'm not playing with you.
But you know, I was a whole massage therapist for a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw that.
I was the cable man for 3 days. But that, I think it's fun. I'm enjoying that. That's almost like a person take trips to different countries, learning these different skill sets that people call they put their whole career on. And I get to be in it for a moment, taste the good parts of it, and then spit out the rest and then walk away. You know, I like that. You know what I mean?
That's it.
That's well put.
Listen.
And on the other side of the question about staying around creatives, I'm always a high energy person. And I think one of the reasons why is because, you know, when people say believe in your dreams and all that kind of stuff, I'm one who achieved the music dream. So it's like I got to the finish line, I see what it's like, and I'm telling people, hey, listen, go after your dreams. You don't have a clue of what that feeling is when you get to the end. You don't know what kind of money it is. You don't know what kind of exposure it is, just the feeling you feel inside. I'm trying to share that with people. So I constantly try to motivate others to do it. And then you keep people around you too, because sometimes you get low in energy and you need to piggyback back and forth with some of your people. Say, hey, they say, hey, what you doing today? I'll be like, looking at the wall, you know? And then they be like, did you finish the movie you was working on yesterday? Oh, thanks. I needed that. Yeah, let me, you know what I mean?
Let me get back to that.
Yeah, let me get back to that. So yeah, I think that, like they say, birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah.
So
That's
can't be a winner without a winning team around you, you know?
That's absolutely correct. And, you know, not for nothing, how else do you think, you know, the Tilted Halo broadcast media entertainment brand even landed at this point in time? I know I'm out here, you know, riding this joint till the wheels fall off.
Right.
I am, you know, in our faith community, we often hear the term, I want to die empty. And I promise you that's my motto right now. Every creative gift that God has given me, I'm trying to scratch $1 or 15 cents or more, you know, or less out of whatever my creativeness or creativity can produce. And you know what we're doing right now. You the OG. You are one of the OGs in the game, and you know I can just personally attest to your energy. You are absolutely high energy, and I personally appreciate your creative ADHD because it inspires me to keep going crazy or being unhinged, so to speak. You know, as far as how I throw things together, you know, I see the picture in my mind and then I sit and wait to create. So I'm speaking about creativity, right? And we did mention pouring into the younger generation, and you done created a whole daughter out here in these streets. Yeah, you're a whole girl dad out here.
Oh yeah.
And I absolutely enjoy everything that I see you doing with your daughter. You done had a tea party, y'all done been to the award ceremony. You got her down at the mosque, making sure she got some principle to her beautiful self as she faces this world and as she's growing up into the woman she's predestined to be, because not for nothing, she's your child. She's destined to be great. So with that being said, I'm curious to know, what principles are you specifically instilling in her right now at this age in her progression?
Well, I tell you, the best food to cook is the food that you ate growing up. So I give her what grandma gave my mother and what my mother gave me. All those standard old school principles, I hand them right down. You know what I mean? I don't play around. I'm a little tough like grandpa. You know what I mean? But I give you that good hug like grandpa too. So, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't try to, I guess, follow the trends of how they raising kids. I really, I tell her, hey, apologize to your brother. Hey, you apologize to your sister. Y'all gonna need each other when you get older. All them old school things, I'm giving her that old school food. That is it.
Mm-hmm. I love that. You
close that door.
You
see, I called the baby into the room.
She knew we was talking about her.
She said, I'm gonna come say good night. Say
good night. Hey, girls. Good to see you.
All right, close the door up there.
Listen, I'm gonna take us back to before, when she was in the womb. And I remember, and you remember, Rasheem, when I used to literally laugh. And he'd be like, what is so funny? It's like, it's a girl. We expected a girl. And I'm like, this is about to turn your whole life upside down. And he's like, you don't have to laugh that hard. Like, you ain't got so soft. Listen, because
you got so soft just now. Did you see the
did you see that? He's like, I'll give you that grandpa hug. And then
she came in the room and it was like,
that part right there. We know what it is out here in these unhinged.
After I said, close the door, don't come down here, she said, I want to say good night, and kept coming. I was
that's
like,
your baby.
Brother.
Like right after I'm telling you, I'm laying down the law, I'm doing all of this.
Right.
She's like, just melted right here on global television.
But you know what?
She's like, I'm going to give you this good night hug.
That's it. And I'm going to get my forehead kiss. That's what I'm going to get. And so listen, how important that is, that even while we taking care of business, while we in the middle of something, one, we family, so it ain't never a situation for the kids to come through. But to be able to see that, I promise you, that's why I was laughing so hard. I promise you, 4.5 years ago, almost 5, that's why I was laughing so hard, because it was like, he don't even know. Like, because I know just as naturally as you showed that love to your daughter, like before she got here, you were a full-blown boy dad. That meant you raising kings. So you didn't have time for that softness. It's like, didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell? That is it's a different. I'm so glad she came down. Look, I'm so glad she came down.
Look, I was adopting everybody else's daughters back then. I was like, oh, that's my little guy. Come here, girl.
That's true.
When the Lord saw fit, yes.
Saw fit to give you a girl.
That's why they say you got to watch what you say. Because I remember saying one time, I said, God, I wish I had a daughter, because when these boys get big, they ain't gonna care about me. God was like, I got you. Pick it up.
Like, I got you all the way there. I just love how this is. And, we talked about this being a segue, Rasheem, and we're going to talk a little bit about that once we, get into this. But, we had your mom come through. And I remember you was like, when I'm getting another invitation, we got you, bruh, right now.
Right.
We just need mom to come through with the wisdom. So for those of you who don't know, y'all better go ahead on our YouTube channels. Check out the Unhinged Live with Aretha Pugh. Yes, because she came through before the ending of our last season and blessed us with all of the wonderful wisdom that she has and just sharing the greatness. So as I see that and I see you with your daughter, I know what you're saying when you say, you know, that family ties. But one thing you mentioned that is so super important about the raising of your children for them to get along. And how many of us have experienced in our families falling out because we don't know how to communicate with each other. We don't know how to give that family love. I mean, the healthy family love, not the crazy ones that only come around when they want $5. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about, you know, that magic. And that's one thing that, Rasheem, you know, I appreciate about your entire family, because one, they will adopt anybody's kids. I know, because I'm one of the adopted. But your aunties and your family and how y'all stay so close together. I know y'all just had a family reunion. Talk about, you know, some of that and how you keep yourself grounded with your uncles, with those that kind of poured into you, even on the male side, to make sure that you stayed out of as much trouble as they could keep you out of.
You know what's interesting about that? It's when I listen to my aunts talk, right? Whenever something's going on, they might argue, they might bicker, they might go through this, but then you'll hear one of them say, my mother have a fit. So it still shows you just how strong grandma was. Grandma was so strong that after having 13 kids, that all of these kids who had kids, which is our generation, and then we had kids, they're still quoting grandma. You get what I'm saying? And they're still looking. When the family got an issue going on, they think of what grandma would say or how grandma would cuss somebody slam out or whatever it was. And they would use that. They would use that as the key to unlock the door to communication. You know what I mean? To work the problem out, you know, stuff like that. So I think because we all, you know, like every other family, everybody got issues and beefs and stuff. But when you sit down and hash it out, we family regardless. God picked us. We didn't pick ourselves. You know what I mean? We're going to be at this cookout. Either we're going to roll over, we're going to get over there, shoot a fair one and be done and go back and get this hot dog. Or you can just walk around mad all day. That's up to you. But we going to enjoy this cookout. You know what I mean? And these kids are going to get to know each other. You know, that's just what it is. It's a bigger goal. And then with people disappearing, with people actually passing away, you actually have to sit there and go, you know what? Life is short. We ain't got time to be arguing. Maybe we can help each other do something. You know, maybe we should partner. Hey, come to my house. Come see me more often. You never know. I'm getting older. Hey, you know what I mean? Let me help your child. You help my child. Let's pass these nuggets on, because the clock is ticking, boy. So I think
that's a fact.
You know, as you get older, you start gaining them wisdom nuggets. They come out. You know, they there.
Yep. So let me ask you something, because you know, and you know this, you said this for yourself. You know, you was a bit of a knucklehead. That's what we gonna say in your very early years, you know. And I know that there have been many things that have I don't know what happened. I'm gonna keep on talking, but because I know that there's been many things that have come about where we have to reflect on what it is that we're doing. So we're gonna wait for brother to come back. We know sometimes these internets act a bit crazy for who knows what's on there, but I know he's still on there. So till then, me and you gonna have a conversation, because as it happens, it always, you know, it's one of those things that we learn from our past experience. And so people who knew us when we were younger and they think they know us, you know, they think they know us. But I'm a different version of me than I was yesterday. You know, as we reflect, what are some of those lessons that you think for yourself? And then I'm gonna ask Rasheem when he get back in here, some of those things that you think on, and you'd be like, you know what, that really did change my mind, and say, all right, I ain't gonna be a knucklehead no more. I'm gonna go ahead and be on the straight and narrow.
Can y'all hear me?
There you go.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can't hear y'all.
You want me to go ahead and answer that? Because it's kind of, you know, we finna go there, you know, because people think they know you and they really don't. But one of the things that really, you know, changed my life and convinced me not to do this
Can you
again.
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, babes. Yo, when I had a child at 17 years old,
Mike,
that whole season of my life showed me some things.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear
We
you.
hear you.
Hear
You hear me? All right. Well, we got you want to all right.
That doggone phone rang and kicked my whole thing off.
I'm gonna pull out and then he gonna come back in here. But go ahead and keep talking.
Yeah, it really changed the level of determination to be successful that I had. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
I really became determined not to be you know, a carbon copy of a generational curse that I was already aware of happening in my family. So I decided not to just, you know, go down to the human services and just get the benefits. I decided to continue my education and work 2 jobs. So working 2 jobs is something I've never been unfamiliar with. You hustle when you need to and how you can legally over on these parts. You know what I'm saying? It changed me. And it made me focus on becoming a woman with some principle, a woman with some character, because God gave me daughters, yo. And they're so, even then, back in the 1900s, you know, when we was coming through the ranks, there were so many images that could have took us to the left. Yeah, you caught that. There were so many images even then. Growing up in California, there I was in the middle of all of the Crip blood gang situation going on, and had actually lost a couple of friends. And, you know, unbeknownst to me, there were many nights, you know, hanging with the homies. I was in some of the environments and, you know, had just left shortly before bullets began to fly. So it really made me focus on the type of woman I was going to become. Change my life forever. And, you know, not for nothing, I am somebody to this day. You know what I'm saying? I became something. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. So Rasheem, the question that I was posing was, what was that thing, you know, that changed your life, that made you say, all right, I ain't gonna be able to do this knucklehead route no more. Let me go ahead and get myself together and see what life can be. What might have been that moment for you?
Wow, 17 years old. My mother saying, stop hanging with Darren. I'm like, okay, Ma.
Name a name.
I'm like, okay, Ma. I go get in the car with Darren. We go, me and 14K, drive down Bergen Avenue. Make a long story short, cops pull up, gun in the car, clip of cocaine. All 3 of y'all going to jail. Caldwell prison. Before we got to processing, 14K mama bailed him out. The next day, Darren gets bailed out. Rasheem sits there, and his mother says, "Let him sit." 8 days go by, and I'm probably one of the youngest people on a 12-man tier, and they singing all these songs, "Magic When You Came," all of this, and one dude, his mother's birthday, and I drew a card, and then they rapping one night, and I'm rapping, and 2 guys got together, and they said, "Look, come here, man, come here, bro, come here." They're like, "Look, man, you got talent. Don't come up in here no more, man. You get out of here, man, you got something we don't even have. You got skills. God gave you that, man. You drawing, singing, rapping, do something with it." And that was it for me. When I got out, when my aunts came together for that $1,000 bail, I said, you know what? I'm changing my life. I'm going after the dream. And my mother gave me them golden words. She said, follow your dreams and everything else will come. And at first I was like, yeah, whatever that means, Ma. Right.
Listen, we got to clap it up for Miss Aretha, because there is some golden words right there.
Golden words.
Yeah.
And when she said that to me, because I said something about wanting a car. And she's like, why you want a car so bad? And I was like, Ma, you can't get no girl, you ain't got no car. And she was like,
I already know.
You know, she was like, boy, follow your dreams. Everything else will come. And it took me years. She probably told me that I was probably like 19. But by the time I hit, I'm going to say maybe 21, at 21, I had a record deal. And I remember one of the checks being $12,000. And my mother was like, dang, you got more money in your bank right now than I ever had in my bank account at one time. And and the way she said that to me, but I was like, for real? You know, I'm sitting here thinking, it's just $12,000. She's like, boy, no, you don't understand. You have no idea. You know what I mean? Like, I might have made way more than 12,000, but I don't get to see it because I'm taking care of you. You know what I'm saying? You know, so all of the realization of what was happening in my life, it just made me say, you know what? Nothing is worth going back to where I came from. Nothing's worth going to no jail, no prison no more. That's out. You know, and I'm glad I didn't have no serious charges where I had to do some time. That was a blessing too. You know, but I changed my life. I stuck with the dream. That was it.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Still on the dream. I done lived several dreams already.
Love it.
And still just going, having fun, just living life out. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And there's nothing I personally enjoy more than living my life out loud. And thank you so much, Rasheem, for living your life at such high volume, because again, your frequency is definitely felt as you continue to make your mark in the industry. I know, again, you came in here congratulating us for the award coming in the future. I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you.
Oh, that's what's up.
Just thank you for holding us down since day one. You ain't know me from a can of paint.
Right.
But you know, again, your frequency is contagious. So what we see you do encourages us to continue to show up week after week, conversation after conversation. And it actually makes me brave enough to share some of these quirky looking little designs that I create right here with this Samsung Note 20 phone. Yeah, that's Android. I'm starting trouble. Y'all know I'm up for the shenanigans. It's my birthday month, and I'm gonna say what I want to say. And I'm gonna say what I want to say.
Oh, that's right.
Well, so before we transition into the next part of the show, Rasheem, again, thank you so much for coming in and just spreading your light tonight. Can you share with our listeners how they can connect with you, how they can, connect to create, conversate, drop some bars, because there's plenty of artists, I'm sure, that are going to dial into this conversation. How can they connect?
I am Rasheem Kilo Pugh on all platforms. If you just type in my name, Rasheem Kilo Pugh, all platforms. And even now we're doing the videos that I do. I call it the Only Child series. So I go back to when I was 15 years old in a room by myself and saying anything that comes to my mind. That's what my skits represent. Me having fun at this age.
Okay.
Love that. Love that.
Yeah. So yeah. I'm definitely and there's a few things that I got going on.
Okay, what you got going on?
That's really going on.
So,
what's really going on?
Yeah, so look, we got Washington's Drive, the film coming up. We're editing now.
Okay.
We have The Golden Age of African American Art, which is a docu-film about African American artists who, from this golden era. I'm gonna just say it's amazing. That's coming. We got No Free Lunch, which is a comedy special by Karen Canyon. All right, we have a documentary we're working on called Newark's Miseducated. I'm gonna just leave that there. And what else we got? That's 4.
You got another movie premiere. Is it Rooster or
Rooster? We're editing Rooster right now. So we got 2 movie premieres, Washington Drive and Rooster.
Yes.
Yep. And for all those that have Tubi at home and Amazon Prime, they can check out What Fairy Tale. We just dropped What Fairy Tale. It's been out less than a month and it's getting a lot of views. So go show that some love. And yeah.
Shout out to Nikisha Wrights with the What Fairy Tale.
Yep. Yeah, we got films coming. We got projects coming. And I got a new website that I'll have up very soon where I'll be displaying my art. And for all the people who have already purchased the art, the value is about to go through the roof. we about to do this thing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we just walking it out.
Let me clap it up for myself as the owner of some of that art.
That's it. You gotta get some.
That's
what I want to hear. That is going up.
Investor.
I'm telling you.
I'm sorry.
For sure.
Yeah.
No, but we so appreciate you. You know, we're gonna keep chopping it up because we want you to stay with us for a little while longer and just add in your perspective and your energy to the rest of our conversation. But as always, we already know this is just a snippet, and you know this door is always open to you, you know, at any time, because we know you always got something going on. So as you sharing it, for those of you who are new to Rasheem Kilo Pugh and his connection to us here at Unhinged Live, we broadcast weekly on that actual YouTube station. So Save the Arts TV, you can go over there, all of the skits that he talked about, that movie Rooster. Yes, I'm looking for another one of my cameos to come through there. So, you know, I'm personally like, all right, what we doing? I'm one of those like, where we at with the movie? Where we at with the movie? What we doing? Okay. That part. And so I know the latter part of, I think last year you premiered Caking Up. So that's also a project that was completed. But Mr. Everywhere, always doing something. We so appreciate the connection that we continue to keep and being able to share from your wisdom. So for those of you who don't know, there are times where brother will be like, listen, what y'all doing over there? Y'all know y'all got an amazing show over there. We want more people to see it. And so we want to enlist you all in our street team as well. Let the people know, like and share. Don't just come over here and chop it up. Go ahead and share it on your pages so that you know you are a part of not just our Unhinged Live family, but also the growth that you'll continue to see. So it don't stop at a nomination. It doesn't stop at an award. Honey, we're going to keep on going as we support all of our tribe and all of the different work that each of you who are doing. And I don't want to name names because I'm gonna forget somebody, but I feel like I want to name names. I want to make sure we shout out our OGs. So that's Natural D, Audrey, Denti Hightower. That is that boy AP, Aaron Pearson, and the work that you're doing. We want to give a shout out to our tribe 2.0, Bliv Mash. I'm about to showcase something for you, Bliv. You know we got you, bro. We want to give a shout out to Yolanda, who we know you're going to catch this on the replay. Marisol, who's over here. Marisol Cologne, Yolanda Lucas. Marisol, thank you so much for being in the comment streets. And Rhonda Booth Thomas. I said it right. But Thomas Booth, thank you. I always get it wrong,
Hard to work their hands. You still
RTB. Listen, that Corey is still doing what it's doing. I think and Jackie Williams, who is just so beloved. I appreciate that. I know that that's a real sister to our Tilty, but
she's going in and out.
She's such a sweetheart. So super excited about that. I'm going to put on our DJ hat. Rasheem, whenever something goes on, I think when I pull you out and bring you back in, it allows your sound to do the right thing. Was it my sound going out or you can hear me now? You can hear me? All right, he's frozen. God bless. All right. All right, here we go. Let me do this. And then I'll put my DJ hat on again so we can continue to get to the next segment. Because listen, I'm about this DJ Cash life. I need you to know this is what brings me joy and being over here. And that is supporting the things that you all are doing. So what are we about to do? We about to showcase our brother Bliv Mash and his single Stepped In It. Why? Because he always hype and we want to get hype right along with him. So listen, just go ahead on. We're going to get into it. Here we go. Stepped in it.
Yeah. I stepped in it. They like, what are you stepping in? But I stepped in it. They want us to fail, I stepped in it. Try to keep us in jail, I stepped in it. Let's get back to the youth, so I stepped in it. We gon' show them the truth, so I stepped in it. Plus it's be kinda hard, you gon' step in it. I'm a rep for my squad, so I stepped in it. What we talking about right now here? Leadership on the strength of my guys, so I stepped in it. Why you rapping, you a old head? They wanna diss me, give me no cred. Like motorcycles to a moped. Don't want me to eat, give me no bread. But I'm gonna eat cause the Lord said that if I'm obedient to put my feet in it. So I'm gonna stop on the track, you can tell that I studied the scripture the way that I'm teaching it. Praising the Lord. First thing I do when I wake in the morning. And the way I perform, you can see the Holy Spirit is putting me on. Even if I'm a pawn, I'm a soldier for the culture. Keep the kids away from vultures. Education taking over instead of pulling from a holster. So I stepped in it, try to keep us in jail. I stepped in it. Let's get back to the youth. So I stepped in it. We gon' show them the truth. So I stepped in it. Plus it's be kinda hard. You gon' step in it. I'm a rep for my squad. So I stepped in it. What we talking about right now here? Leadership on the strength of my guys. So I stepped in it.
You would think he in effect the way he stepped in it. That ice on my diamonds and neck is hit. You have old or new, just take your pick. And yes, I'm talking about testament. You clutching a weapon with size, you repping it. If you a demon, props Lord is crushing it. Bible on my bed, heart he protected that. Told me my religion and they respected it. Want me angry, testing my temperament, can't let them get to me. I'm heaven sent, look to the sky. When I need the vent, got the Lord with me. I don't need a tent, yeah, you getting high. You hella been pockets on swole. They never did, now y'all broke. Y'all protect spit, y'all looking for evil. I can smell the sin.
They want us to fail, so I stepped in it. Try to keep us in jail, so I stepped in it. Let's get back to the youth, so I stepped in it. We gon' show them the truth, so I stepped in it. Plus it's be kinda hard, you gon' step in it. I'm a rep for my squad, so I stepped in it. What we talking about right now here? Leadership on the strength of my guys, so I stepped in it.
All right. Shout out. Hey. All of that. Live Mash, you already know that the love is real over here, brother. We love that you keep us with the bangers and your whole project that you continuing to work on. Looking forward to get some studio time. I say that, bro. You already know. I'm getting in there. We're gonna do it. Listen, that we doing everything this season. So y'all know if it's brand new to you, if it's a talent that we got, it's a talent we using. That part right there. So we super excited about that. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. That's all. Okay.
So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and take it this way. Welcome back. Listen, you all are tuned into Unhinged Live. It's your girl Nikita Tilted Halo Hansford, and I'm sitting alongside my good girlfriend Karen Sims Harrell of Twisted Threads LLC, and we say thank you to our guest tonight, Rasheem Kilo Pugh. Thank you for hanging in here with us tonight, brother. We are about to get into the rest of the show. And, I look forward to what you will add to the conversation on tonight. So, of course, we got to get a little petty on this evening because, it's a change of seasons. And we see pumpkin spice being prematurely brought out into the streets, even though many of us know that the apple is the preferred flavor of the season. But allow me to digress. I'm talking about seasons right now. We just had the NFL season debut, and I'm praying for Giants fans like myself worldwide. Why y'all let the Vikings do y'all like that? But again, allow me to digress. Listen, it's cuffing season, ladies. Then I'm leaning in. But check it out, fellas, because you know what they say. What's that song that girl got? Because girls is players too. Look, females be out here on one too. So, men, y'all need to beware because we got the playbook. We've been handing out the cuffing season playbook here at the platform
year.
So, I'm gonna say for all the single people, game on, player. But we want you to be aware of where we are in cuffing season. Now, you see, Coach Cash has, with her wonderful talents, she's taken the opportunity to post this official guide for cuffing season right here on your screen for your viewing pleasure. Now we see the dates and we see exactly where we are. We are actually in the drafting season. We run a little behind the NFL and the AFC and the NFC and them. We run behind. This is where we are. We are in the drafting season. And many of you may have already engaged in scouting season, and now you here. You got your top candidates. Some of us got a top 4. Some of us got a top 5, but I want you to plan your trajectory, where you're going, because the next season it's going to be here before we know it, y'all, the tryout season, when you actually go out on dates with your top candidates. Now, don't you be like that young lady that got on here and talked about she ain't going to the Cheesecake Factory with somebody. No, you go. If somebody is willing to, pull out their resource, you just go, girl. You just go, boy. It's tryouts. This is not your forever, but I want you to pay attention to where they take you, because if they take you to a buffet, I'm gonna need you to consider that.
Well,
heavily.
What's wrong with the buffet?
Listen. Let me move on, because I don't want to incriminate myself or anyone with this conversation. Let me move along to the preseason notations. I'm moving on to the preseason notations. We got November 1st through the 30th. You get more serious with 1 or 2 of the prospects, but notice, people, pay attention. Nowhere on this guide does it say take somebody home to mama and your cousin and them.
Come on now.
Eat food on the national holiday that month. Do not engage prematurely. That's the preseason. All right. They haven't proven themselves. They haven't officially made the starting lineup. Hear what I'm saying to you? It's the preseason. Do not let them get addicted to mama stuffing just yet. It's not time. Okay. It's too early. It's too early. All right. Then we see what's happening between January 1st and 15th. Now, if this is situation critical, crucial. Okay. Now you pick your best match and become exclusive for the holidays. And hopefully by then you figured out if they can make some good game time wings. That's right. I said,
come on.
Can they feed you properly while you sitting in front of the television watching your favorite football players do what they do to entertain you?
Conversation. Come on, tell it.
Listen. Then we're going into the playoffs, y'all. Listen. I'm single out here, so I know this thing too well. You got the playoffs. You got the playoffs, players. All right. And remember, fellas, girls is players too. We got January 16th to February 12th. You're going to survive the holidays and consider going long term. Now, listen, don't get too comfortable in the playoffs, y'all. Y'all see what happens to the Giants every single year, even after make the wild card. They never make it through to the championship game.
Go with the Eagles. Go with the Eagles.
Whatever. Anyway. Pay attention. This is the playoffs. You ain't there yet, so don't get too comfortable. Because on February 13th, if it's meant to be, you should be at the championship game and have already begun to make plans and establish plans with your future Mr. or Mrs. It's cuffing season, y'all.
Cuffing season. Listen. Y'all cannot say that you wasn't warned. Now, here's the biggest thing when it comes to cuffing season. And the reason why we always talk about it, because this is the season when y'all get love bombed. This is the season. Do I say us? No, I'm on the other side now. I made it through the championship, so it is what it is. Coach Cash here to tell you, listen, this is the part where you got to understand and know where the addresses are as well, because one portion of cuffing season is that they just need a place to lay their head during the fall and winter season. So while we warning y'all out here in these streets about these apple and pumpkin spice, y'all better make sure that y'all ain't changing the locks and sharing the keys. Why? That's why some of y'all don't have to worry about cuffing season, because your daddy done hugged y'all and kissed y'all on the forehead like Rasheem did to his daughter. You think that ain't a part of it, but she will not be caught up in cuffing season.
Not at all.
Her daddy done showed her some love. Now, however it happened in your house, I can't say nothing for it, but we are here to always give you the PSA above all else. We want y'all to love, be safe, and be happy. But don't y'all be coming out here, coming back on February 15th crying because you did not take the appropriate steps. Don't invite them to I promise you, that ain't the time.
All right. Now, if you would like to receive a personal copy of the cuffing season player card, go on and hit my DMs. I'll definitely send that to you personally, because I want you to be aware because knowing is half the battle. Knowing
on
is half
now.
the battle.
G.I. Joe.
And to piggyback off of what Sister Coach Cash just shared, check for the signs of homelessness, y'all.
It's a
Check for signs of
thing.
homelessness. That needs to be added to the cuffing season playbook
I'm telling
as well.
you. Fellas, y'all better check too.
Especially if you're talking about giving out keys.
Yeah, check the
just
signs of
saying.
homelessness, because this is, again, pre-season. You got to know your player. Properly vet your player.
Cuffing season. We let y'all
I
know
got
every
you,
year.
Kimberly. I got you.
We let y'all know every
I
year
got
as
you.
it's coming up, so that you do not get caught out there trying to figure out what happened with these love bombs. It is cuffing season. That means, they're gonna make you think you more beautiful than you are. But if you tell yourself, this is why I'm not gonna go into no reflection of purpose, but this why you got to put on your own mirror. You are beautiful. You are amazing. You are awesome. Why? So you don't fall for the cuffing season game prematurely. Oh, but I just come on now. We grown
Boy,
out here.
I had an
grown out here.
incident last week when I had to throw a flag on the play, but that's a whole nother conversation.
You ain't supposed to be telling that. That's
flag on the play. Flag on the play.
And look, I got one thing to say.
Yes.
Always give a person choice.
What does that mean?
You just had to go deep in the moment, didn't you? You just had to,
Like we only on the surface, and now we all deep.
Now we all.
I'm talking about as people are meeting each other, right? And they're getting to know each other. That whole process. Give them the truth, give them the honesty, and give a person choice.
That's fair.
I agree with that 1,000,000%. Give me the option to say no to your foolishness
Right.
and all that it comes with.
Yes, yes. But that's why I say conversations are an important part of that, because if you have someone who is not a good communicator and you are creating a fantasy world all in your head, hunty, recovery is something else. That's all I got to say on that.
But we're here to pray you through.
We will pray. Call us for our services. We have many of them. Laying of the hands, prayer.
There might have been a purpose to it all. Call me.
Yes.
We're here to pray you through.
Learn something about yourself. Call me.
Listen. Okay, I'm done.
Yes.
Summer season. Listen. We got to take a moment, right, Tilted?
Yeah, we have to, because it would, we are who we are. We got to do what we got to do. Do the right thing.
Okay, so here's the deal. We got the reports just yesterday of the passing of one of the greats, Mr. James Earl Jones, 93 years old. And here's the deal, though. Like, there are a few people, maybe not in our circle, who do not understand the vastness of this man's repertoire.
Right.
And the depth of his work. Yeah, Mufasa.
Oh,
I know that.
Wait.
Come on.
Let them wait. I'm talking to my son.
That's right. King Jeffrey Joffre. Hakeem.
Claudine, okay?
Claudine, that's alone. Claudine.
Come on. Broadway, when I know he was in Fences.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader.
We're gonna stop right there. Okay.
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader. Star Wars was one of the first.
What?
Was one of the first movies that I ever saw with my father. Like, my father never would take us to movies. He took us to see Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back. So I've known of James Earl Jones like my entire cinematic lifetime. And so we just got to pay homage to the word. Rest well, sir. Thank you for every door that you have opened, for the laughter, for the beautiful view. I always think of Claudine and the realness of that there. Some of y'all don't know nothing about that, but go ahead on and, find it. It's on one of these streaming channels and you could probably watch it over and over again. But so much that he also helped create and build and just We stand on your shoulders, sir. So thank you for all of the ways that you gave back to our community, versus on the stage, on the scenes, and behind the scenes for lifting us all up. But I better see a James Earl Jones marathon. That's all I'm saying. I don't know which channel.
That need to be happening.
Gonna play it, but one of y'all.
TV One.
Hello, BET Plus.
Somebody need to come up with it.
Who else? Ebony got a channel. Y'all got channels.
Ceremony, All Black Network. Somebody.
Streaming. That's all I got to say on that, because he is definitely worth it.
I'm calling them all out. I'm calling them all out right now. Yeah, but look, even as we're challenging the networks that may hear of this conversation we're having tonight, I want to go ahead and take a moment of silence, because again, this is one of the GOATs. And if he hadn't paved the way, none of us would be sitting here at this table tonight. A master of the stage, of the pen, and of the screen. I know I will most remember our brother that has passed away as Alex Haley from Roots. One of my absolute favorite watches. I'll go back because I'm back, I'm into my culture. I really enjoyed his depiction of Mr. Haley in that movie.
African, I found you.
See, wait a minute. I'm gonna pull one out for y'all. Okay, Field the Dreams.
Yes.
Field the Dreams.
Yes.
If you build it, they will come.
Right. Yes.
Listen, go ahead on and check out that IMDb page for James Earl Jones while they take you down memory lane. But I promise, like over 30 awards. He got more stories and credits than we could even think about. And as late as like 2022, he was still working and putting his voice in. Coming to America too. Come on. Like it all was coming out here.
He got to see his funeral. In that movie. Real talk. It's a little tacky. I'm tilted. Come on, y'all. But he got to see his funeral.
He had in Vogue singing.
He did. Lord have mercy.
He was involved in the plan.
Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins, where he played father to Martin Lawrence. Come on now. Listen, it's so much. We could go on and on for days because that's how deep his work is. Man.
Did y'all see Roots, The Next Generation?
Yes, I did.
Where he went all the way to Africa?
Yes.
That was dope.
Yes, I loved everything about the entire Roots collective of cinematography. Queen, with Halle Berry.
Yes.
A lot of people forget about that as well. And even the newer depiction of Roots that came out a few years back, with the new Kunta Kinte. I'm still not sure how I feel about that, but he
was in that one.
No, I don't think. I think they showed some pictures of somebody wasn't necessarily in there. Right. I bring it up to just say, the awesome work that they all put together in the years prior inspired another generation to make sure that the story was told with just a little new network type spin on it, to make sure that basically us as some young melanated folks would always remember to check into our roots, check into our heritage, because at the end of the day, despite what this nation or anyone else would try and tell us, we are, always have been, and forever will be kings and queens.
That part.
All right. So listen, you are tuned into Unhinged Live. It's your girl Tilted Halo in the building. Y'all, guess what? I stayed up on a Tuesday night because I promise you at this time for the last 2 months on Tuesday, your girl has been asleep. I've been sitting alongside my good girlfriend, Karen Sims Harrell of Twisted Threads, LLC. And of course, we are enjoying chopping it up with tonight's guest, Rasheem Pugh. And I'm looking at the clock and I'm like, I don't know if I want to play these reindeer games, but I want to go merrily down the stream, Karen. I want to go a little merrily down the stream. Do you mind?
Let's get it.
All right, let me get my throat together. Hold up.
Wait, I don't even know where my remote is.
Girl, I got some lipstick. Work it out.
Oh. Okay.
It's time to point your remote control at the TV screen. Merrily, find something to stream or listen to on audio book. Yeah, that's right. We going merrily down the stream because for the last week or so, my nerves have been a little agitated by the conversation and various conversations I have seen hit these interwebs behind the recent premiere of the movie The Deliverance, directed by Lee Daniels, starring Auntie Monique. She auntie now, because I promise you everybody trying to invite Glenn Close to
That's
the
true.
cookout. Glenn Close is invited to the cookout now, y'all.
The baby mama. Come on now.
Andra Day
Yes.
doing her thing. Speaking in real tongues, but this whole nother conversation. And of course, the most under-celebrated artist on screen, in my opinion, Miss Anjanae. Her name is Ingenue. Ingenue. She just got married. I think her last name is hyphenated with Wright now. But that queen right there, that in itself is a whole segment of conversation. But she needs her flowers. Listen, we saw this movie hit the airwaves this past week, and everybody from high and low had something to say. And I just sat there, see how I got my hand on my chin. I was just doing this a whole lot. I'm surprised I don't have whiplash for shaking my head the way I was because of the conversation. And the things that I heard and said about this movie. Of course, many of the prophetic voices out in these streets put it out there that we were opening demonic portals, and that those of us who watched this movie absolutely needed to go back and repent because we failed to protect our ear gates and our eye gates as Christians. So check it out. I started bugging because, I grew up in a deliverance church, deliverance ministry, so I know what all of that is about, and I'm very aware of the specific training involved in a spiritual deliverance ceremony that was basically depicted on screen through this movie. Brother Lee Daniels, I heard his sexuality being referenced a whole lot in this conversation, and in my head, I was kind of thinking, why does that matter? It was just a lot. And I was a little disturbed in my shanana. One of our brothers, Brother Albie Gray, shout out to you, my fellow Virgo brother. My brother called some of these folks jellybacks. Because they were because they were basically inciting fear in people when it comes to their own spirituality. So I was just like, okay, what's really going on? Because last time I checked, and I'm not a real fan of horror movies. I don't deal with the spirit world. I don't play them kind of games because I know it's real. But again, remember I said I grew up in church. I'm a whole preacher's kid. And I'm privy to certain things and privy to certain behaviors. And one thing that I paid attention to was a lot of people that were crying out against this project. It gave me pause because we had The Exorcist and we had the Poltergeist.
Come on.
And all three versions of each movie, there was some controversy associated with each one, but never such an outcry. I didn't see an outcry to this level. And maybe it's because we're in the social media age. I don't know. But I tell you this is the first time I've actually heard anybody say Jesus in one of these demonic scenes, right? It's the first time I heard somebody say Jesus as opposed to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So, I'll be sitting up over here at 6 something, thinking of my thoughts and processing some things. Because I'm like, why are y'all mad? Are y'all mad because it was a person who's referred to as a gay that had the boldness to put the name of Jesus out there?
But you didn't do it.
And let people see that the word that they believe is true, that at the name of Jesus, demons flee and tremble, because that's ultimately how this woman won the battle that she engaged for her children. I hope I ain't spoiling it, but if I am, oh well, now you go see what I'm talking about, because at this point in the game, you should have watched it already. Don't come over here because we do the segment.
And we don't talk about it. I did not watch. I did not watch. I did not watch.
You didn't watch it?
I didn't watch. I didn't watch. I just don't have the time. And I don't mean just the 2 hours to watch the movie. I don't have the time. Another portion of the outcry was the question of those saying, well, the people who don't want to watch, where is your faith? Where's your listen? If you know about deliverance ministry, you got to cover yourself. I ain't got that time. Okay. I just don't. And it had nothing to do with me. Like, I didn't post anything on social media because I didn't want it to deter anybody else who feels like they have the time. Go ahead and support the movie if that's in your shana. It wasn't in mine. I was like, Ajanu, I'm probably pronouncing her name wrong.
Ellis.
She was in another movie that I had watched. So I had watched that one. Still supporting us, in a particular way, but challenged by choice. So for me, I had more of a problem with the you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So if you didn't watch it, what's wrong with your faith? If you did watch it, what's wrong with your faith? Okay, a double-minded man is what in all their ways? Because what you are doing is just causing division where division didn't need to be. You know why? Because y'all don't know what in the world I watch unless I'm telling you. You don't know what I'm watching over here, and I don't know what you're watching over there, whether it be PGX or something else rated. That was my only thing. Ain't nobody policing what you watching, whether the clothes is off or if you got that long list of cussing, nudity, murder, and violence. I don't know what things you watching, so don't come over here policing me and what I'm watching. But if you happen to be merrily down the stream, go ahead on and watch Ingenue over there with the Supremes at the Earl's All In Eating Diner. That was a good one. They did some good writing over there too. That's my little 5 cents for that. So.
You got anything to add to the conversation, Rasheem?
I thought it was good. I mean, especially from the standpoint of you don't see a lot of blacks in that genre of filmmaking, like in horror and stuff like that. And you definitely don't see black possessed kids. You always see the white ones. You know what I mean? So I think the imagery was new for our brains to digest this little black boy climbing the wall backwards. You know what I mean? It was like, wait a minute. But then it was interesting because it showed how it possessed all 3 kids. And then when we think about, I mean, because like you said, we know that the devil is real. We know about the jinn, like Lauren said in the song. How you going to win when you're sleeping with the jinn? And it says the jinn are made of smokeless fire and you can't see them and all of that. So we definitely know that it's a presence here, and even the Bible say, that on earth there'll be an enemy one to another man and the devil's here. And, so it's like seeing what somebody come up with. And when I think of a person like Mr. Lee, who came up with this story, I don't know if he wrote it or he just directed it, but he probably has his own battles, and I thought Jada Pinkett had something to do with this too. Am I wrong?
I have to check the credits, but I'm not sure on that part.
But, I think that, everybody has their daily, weekly, monthly battle with stuff in this world. So seeing that helps somebody, it helps somebody say, you know what, I'm going to church Sunday. I need to get back right. Or whatever religion or faith they practice, it helps somebody get back into, get close to God. Let me get close to God because it's real out here, So, I mean, it plays people need something to talk about all the time. You can't even worry about everybody else. When God gives you a vision and whoever the writer was and came up with that story and that director and they seen it a certain way, then you put it out there in the world and then the world will let the world say whatever they want to say, but y'all got it out.
That's right. And check it out. It was actually based on a true story. Yeah. And the documentary is actually on Tubi. Wow. Because I like to try and be as thorough as possible. I went back and I watched the documentary. and it was bought by someone who, you know, is basically a demon hunter. But basically, the house has now been demolished. I think there's one part of the house that's still there. I think the staircase is somewhere in a museum where people can see it, and they share about what happened. And I think what I most recently heard is there's still reports of some demonic activity in on that property. So Barbie, you said something very critical in the comment streets about this movie, because I know when I posted it after watching it, I specifically put up in my post, listen, warfare and intercession are absolutely necessary when watching this. Do not go in there thinking that, you know, you don't have to be aware, because, you know, there's things lurking in the shadows, whether you recognize it or not, y'all, just waiting for the opportunity to trip you up. So hopefully you know how to you know, protect yourself, because I know at one point in the movie I went in right along with the sister, because I know what warfare is. I know what warfare looks like, and I know how to keep my home covered. Because, you know, we ain't got time to be playing them reindeer games at this juncture in my life with the spirit world. I show it the utmost respect because you know, the powers of this atmosphere are real. But check it out. My God is realer. How about that? So allow me to digress. I want to go ahead and move the conversation forward. Thank you for allowing me to interject that. I'm looking at the clock, and it, you know, we are sitting on a historic evening tonight. Kind of historic tonight. Not
Yes,
only
we
are
are.
we coming back, you know, through the broadcast and airwaves, we are preparing for the first presidential debate of the election season. And all I can say is, up until this point in this whole political journey, is wow. And with my wow, I'm gonna go ahead and toss this conversation over to you, Kern. Take it away. What you got to say about the debate prep and things?
Well, I'm just gonna tell you that in the Harold Sims household, we prepping for it. That's all I can say. It's gonna be a late night. Not for no marital stuff, but this is a part of our marriage, because Lord, he gonna be talking about it for 3 weeks from now. But the political commentary that comes alongside of the responsibility. And so, fun fact, Rasheem, you and I had a quick conversation about the candidates, and it was like, what we doing here? Who are these people? This, of course, is an opportunity for us to get to know a little bit more about what each candidate stands for. Ain't nobody paying us, so we ain't promoting nobody over here under the guise of the show.
Not
But
at all.
we do encourage you to learn about all of the people who are going to be on the ballot tonight. We highlight 2 of the folks who are going to be on the ballot. Why is somebody, you know, see, I know
They don't
these
do right. They don't even know how to act.
these political people trying to call me right now to remind me to come on and make sure I watch the debate tonight. Yeah, they be serious about it. You know, we want to remind you all, don't lose no friends over this. Don't lose no family members. Everybody not gonna think like you. And you know what? We live in the United States where we get to have different thoughts, and it doesn't mean that somebody gonna come. Well, I'm gonna talk about you, but I ain't gonna take your black card. I ain't gonna, you know, I got no heaven or hell to put you in. But we do admonish you and encourage you. Be informed. You know, take the time. If you don't got the time tonight because your bedtime is gonna be coming up close, make sure you take the time to get the replays. Go on over to that YouTube university and figure out where the snippets are so you can get the important questions answered as you prepare. We've got a couple of months. So we got October and we got, well, still September, October, and then on November 5th, listen, we got work to do. And so whatever is important to you, whether you agree with me or it's my agenda, it's my vote for my agenda. Your vote goes for your agenda. But we want to remind you, stay informed, get the details. Don't just go by what you heard 3 and 4 years, because some of the information, you know, can I just say this? And I don't think this is in support of one way or another, but I watched the DNC convention, and one of the highlighted parts for me was D.L. Hughley came out And he had mentioned that he was not a Kamala supporter because of misinformation that he had gotten. And he apologized on that stage and said, you know what, he was invited to find out the details. And of course, we know where his support is. Y'all know the Democratic convention and who they support and all of that over there. But I thought that it was a teachable moment for him to say, you know what, I had misinformation, and my decision for how I was going to support and even my thought for a particular person had to do with that misinformation. So go ahead and fact check yourselves, do what you need to do. And yeah, if not tonight, also be reminded the president is not the only seat that is up for grabs in this election season. Y'all already know I'm gonna be on it. Why? Because some of the challenges that we faced over the last couple of years may be able to be turned around depending on who is in Congress, not who is the president. I'm sorry, I gotta say that. Like, and if you believe in God, you already know whatever the craziness they do, whoever sits on that earthly throne, God sits on his heavenly throne. And listen, he don't play about me, so I don't care nothing about okay, I'm sorry, that wasn't what this segment was supposed to be. I was supposed to be encouraging y'all. Go ahead on and do what you need to do so you can vote. Listen, all right, I'm gonna pass it back over to you, Tilted.
Be informed, because I promise you, you come over in my area with the riffraff, I'm gonna ask you your congressional district, right? And if you know your congressional district, talking about who's gonna be president or not, I'm putting you on blast right there in the group. I'm gonna take a screenshot of your profile picture and just post it. You don't know your congressional district, don't talk to me. Okay?
It's that simple. It's that simple. We serious about this, Rasheem. We say, you know, we serious about it.
Let me tell you something. The last couple of weeks, all I've been surrounded is by people arguing. I think I'm grateful to have been privy to other types of information that you know, that kind of, it's a rich and poor thing. It's two types of people, those that know and those that don't know, you know, regardless what laws are put in place, some people going to be struggling and some people are not, you know, and then some people, depending on certain laws, some people will be affected today. Some people will be affected 20 years from now because of certain things they're trying to get rid of. You know, I mean, I heard about the draft. The draft is not a pretty thing. No, you know, everybody say, no, that was that side that said it. No, that was that side that said it. At the end of the day, you better get your mind right and how you going to provide for your family and stop spending and start saving and start investing in something that can take care of you when your body run out of energy, because we all going to burn out. And when you burn out if all you have to depend on is what the government is going to give you when that body get tired, I'm sad for you already. You know what I'm saying? Already. So it's really one of those things where people got to wake up right now. We got to wake up and everybody, it's almost like somebody gave an example before and they said, you know, a person working at McDonald's make $1 million over a lifetime, but they don't get to spend it and they don't get to have it all at once. You know, so it was just different levels of learning things. And, you know, me, I've been in the industry. I was a millionaire in my 30s. So that made me privy to other millionaires. You know, I'm a Mason, so I'm in the Brotherhood. I'm a Muslim, so I know what a lot of these African brothers are talking about. They come over here, and some of the Arabs, and how, you know, and just looking at people from different countries look at America as like this playground. And the only reason why this country is not bombed right now is because we gangster. It's because we got the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and the thugs that established this country. So on one hand, you could be mad at America because I hear people talking, oh, America, this ain't my home. This ain't my home. Okay.
Go somewhere else then.
It's mine.
It is mine.
My ancestors died for it. They fought for it. That Civil War was real. the Buffalo Soldier is real. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, I don't know what you're thinking about, but this me. So they talk about what happened if they come over here. People saying I'm moving to Africa. Well, go ahead. Go ahead, move to Bali. Go ahead, move to all those places that you can't carry a gun in. And when they lift their guns towards you and your family, don't come hollering at all of us over here, because you done went to because you fell in love with the mountain view and the sun and the white sand, that you forgot all about protecting your family and the realities of how it really go down. Because over here, look, we got the history, we got the legacy. We black cowboys over here. You come for me and my family, I'll meet you at the front. And ain't afraid to lay down. You gonna lay down too. You know what I mean? And that's just where it's at. People say, oh, some of the laws are going in place that's gonna bring back slavery. Says who? Who willing to go back?
Only if you stand there. Only if you stand here and let it happen. And I think that's one of the things. Like we are not generations before us. So y'all could try it over here, but we know more. And so, like in that same sentence, I promise you, listen, Rasheem is giving us the blueprint for where we are going this season. All gatekeepers, we knocking the door down, because we have to make sure that our homes are stable, that our income is stable, that we are able to take care of our folks, you know. And I share this little snippet. Rasheem was a person when I first moved down here to North Carolina. He had already been here over a decade. And I didn't even have aspirations for the things that now is first on my mind. And he already know we're going to have a masterclass about that real estate investment and the things that not only was he, you know, integral in me getting my first piece of property, because y'all know I was bougie. But we got it done. And then that was a new avenue of income stream that I had never thought of before I came down here. So if that's a word for somebody, y'all go ahead, but I ain't gonna get into that. We're gonna wait for our reflections of purpose before we get up.
Y'all are tuned in to Unhinged Live. I'm your host, Nikita Tilton Halo Hansford, sitting alongside my good girlfriend, Karen Sims Harrell of Twisted Threads LLC. Thank you so much, Brother Kilo, for hanging on in here with us on tonight. We got to move it in because, you know, we in the look, just like game, we overtime tonight. And that's okay. You know why? Because it's our show and we could do what we want to do. Got to make sure that you all get what we come over here for. You know, we done laugh, we done ha-ha, we done kikied, we done got informed, and I hope you all leave tonight's broadcast better than you were when you initially tuned in. Before I toss the mic to our Coach Cash, I want to go ahead and say thank you, and welcome to all of our replay viewers who are going to catch this broadcast. I hope you had a good time and enjoyed the ride. Now, without further ado, I'd like to go ahead and invite you all to get ready. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope coach to encourage you with her reflection of purpose. Coach Cash, take it away.
Listen, we're not going to be before you long. Y'all know I come in real quick. We get a title and we keep it moving. Today's title is for your reflections of purpose. Put your faith in action. Put your faith in action. So we talked about a few things, whether it's the election, whether it's you want to see turnaround in your life, in your relationship, in your job. Here's what happens if you do nothing. Nothing. So we want to encourage you to do something. Make a plan. I keep telling y'all, Coach Cash is a goal digger. That means I am here to help you achieve the goal. Be a midwife of dreamers. That's what. And I'm going to tell you what the husband called me. It ain't nothing fresh, I promise you. He called me now the architect because I am gifted in this area. But many of you are gifted in building, in collaboration, in innovation. You know, shout out to Rasheem Pugh, who literally shared a blueprint of what if we could come together as family and friends, and you got an idea, you got the credit, you got the cash, you got the resource, and we come together and build together. See, no man is an island, but when you put that faith in action, it says, I'm not only going to do it, I'm bringing the whole block with me. Hello, I'm bringing all my family. My whole city is coming with me. And when you got that type of tenacity in your faith, you know what can stop you? Nothing. Make sure that you're not a person who just talking about, I'm praying about it, and you don't put any faith action to it, because we read in the word that faith without works is dead. That means you're never going to see the dream come alive if you don't put it into action. Some of you need to write the things down, write the vision and make it plain so that they will run. Why? Because somebody needs to come alongside you. They got the strength, they got the stamina, but they don't know which way to go. And you, my dear friend, have the directions. You've got the vision to take them to the next level. As we are launching this season premiere tonight, I want you to know that this is the culmination of literal blood, sweat, tears, prayers, conversations, making sure that we are putting strategy in motion for every particular step of the way. And now we no longer in a spectator sport. It includes you. You are now a part of our Tilted family. You get to come alongside us and figure out what is the next big thing that God is looking for you to do. And you don't have to sit on the sidelines waiting to try to figure it out. Why? Because if God connected you to us, listen, he meant to change your entire existence. Now, when I say that to certain people, that sounds arrogant. But if I know the God that's within me, and I know that I bring worth and value to every room and every conversation, that means I'm here and it is my destiny to bring value to you. Take that same tenacity in your life, in your relationships, with your money. Rasheem says, save it. I might have muted him at that part. That's not your business what you heard. He said, save the money. So if that message was for you, it missed me. But yes, we need to save. We need to build. We need to invest. We need to make sure we are building our own communities. Why? Because what's at stake? Lives are at stake. Lives are at stake, and it starts with us. It starts in our lives, our family, those who are connected with us. Put your faith in action. Go ahead and save that $5, that $10 and watch it grow. Go ahead and open that money market account and pay yourself first. Go ahead and figure out and pray about it. If you don't have the direction, Lord, literally pray the prayer. Lord, I'm not really sure what to do. Give me the direction. Show me who to connect to. That is also another additional way for you to put faith into action. I know we're in overtime right now, so I don't want to be before you long, but I want to tell you that in this current season that we are in, it is very important that not only do you say you have faith, but that you exercise that faith and put it in action and watch God move on your behalf. But listen, some of these blessings is going to be voice activated. So start speaking that stuff to yourself. Why? I'm going to tell you one thing that I do anytime that I know the Lord is about to bless me with a new property. I start packing up stuff. I start making room. I don't know what I'm making room for, but I'm gonna make room for it. Why? Because I need bigger closets. Don't ask me how that actually works, but in my mind, it makes sense. Get rid of stuff. The Lord gonna give me a bigger closet and more stuff to put in the bigger closet, even though currently I have less things. Whatever that faith action is, be true to it and go ahead and do that thing. That's it, Tilted. Handing it back over to you, ma'am.
You know what I'm saying? Faith without works is dead. Absolutely, absolutely. So you want to get up, get out, and do something to make your dreams come alive. And as we go ahead and move into our outro, this is my first Just Be encouragement of the season. The only thing I can say at this point, because it's a little sleepy, if y'all can't tell, it's caught up to me. I done been up since, the chickens and the crows and them. Sunrise, service. I was up. But tonight, I just got to encourage you all to continue to just be your authentic self, because at the end of the day, being our authentic selves here at the Unhinged Live radio show garnered us not one, but it's getting ready to garner us 2 awards. Why? Because every last person in the tribe dares to show up as their authentic selves every single week. Every one of our guests dares to show up as their authentic selves week after week. So I've got to encourage you, baby, continue to just be authentically who you are. Because at the end of each and every day, no one can be you better. It's your girl, Tilted Halo. We are unhinged. And we are out. Till next week, y'all. Later.